Thank you for joining us for this hearing for the Committee on Public Safety, Intergovernmental and Military Affairs on this Wednesday, February 28th at 3 o'clock in room 225. This hearing is being streamed live on YouTube. If we have any technical difficulties, we will post notice as to when we are going to reconvene this hearing. And we will have no limitation on testifiers. You can talk as long as you want or as short as you want. And the way we're going to format this is I'm going to read off the fan base for each of you, tell you who are all your friends and support, and then give you an opportunity to come here and share with us a little bit about your background and why you want to take on the two roles that you are nominated for. So we're going to move first to GM 539. This is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Crime Victim Compensation Commission gubernatorial nominee Clifton Choi for a term to expire in June 30th, 2027. And we have testimony from Tommy Johnson from Department of Corrections, who has submitted testimony in support. Pamela Ferguson-Bray from the Crime Victim Compensation Commission. You're welcome to join us or stand on your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, Member. My name is Pam Ferguson-Bray. I'm the Executive Director of the Crime Victim Compensation Commission. Thank you for holding this hearing, and also we're really grateful that Cliff is willing to serve another term. He has 28 years of experience in helping victims and their families through the criminal justice process. He has been really an asset to the Commission. The Commissioners hear appeals, and one of the comments we get a lot, even when people don't agree with the outcome, that people feel heard, that victims who come to the Commission feel like they had someone who really listened to them and understood the impact of victimization. So that has been such an important part of our commissioners and their role. And like I said, his experience, he really knows, the impact of violent crime on victims. So we ask you to go ahead and make it for another term.
Thank you for joining us, Pam. Mary Mercy has submitted testimony in support. Joy Takatsuka has submitted testimony in support. Is there anyone else wishing to testify on Mr. Choi's nomination? If not, Mr. Choi, could you join us here?
All right, good afternoon.
And maybe you could talk a little bit about your background and why you would like to re-up onto the Crime Victim Compensation Commission.
Okay, well, I wrote something short, so I'll read that first. Okay, thank you for considering my confirmation on the Crime Victim Compensation Commission for another 3 years. My 28 years of experience working with crime victims and my support of victims' rights is a way for me to contribute and hopefully make a difference. So, as Pam said, I do have 28 years of experience helping crime victims. And I, helped all kinds of victims, sex assault, child victims, domestic violence. I worked with interagencies, and I retired in 2011, but I still have a passion to help victims, and I feel like I am caring and objective. And I think, I think that if given this opportunity to serve another 3 years, hopefully, I can make a difference. So, okay.
Members, any questions for Mr. Choi?
Well, your passion and your commitment are really commendable, and thank you for working with CVCC for such an extended period, because we have often referred people to pursue claims, and it's good to know that within that process there are people who care about the outcomes.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Any other questions? Just one second.
Okay.
Questions?
Okay.
Thank you,
Senator.
You're welcome. Our next nominee is GM 619, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the administrator of the State Council for the Interstate Compact for Juveniles, gubernatorial nominee Kristen Davidson, for a term to expire in June 30th, 2026. On her testifiers list includes Dwight Sakai, Chief Court Administrator.
Aloha, good afternoon, Chair Wakai, Vice Chair Elefante, members of the committee. My name is Dwight Sakai. I am the Deputy Chief Court Administrator of the Client Services Division for the First Circuit. The judiciary is in strong support of this nomination. Ms. Davidson has the skills, the experience, the knowledge to continue leading in this role as the Interstate Compact Administrator for juvenile offenders. And the judiciary stands on its written testimony, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary Mercy from Godwitz Mercy has submitted testimony support. Julia Leiter Cam in support. Teresa Schubert also in support. Franciflor Suesta in support. Rachel Kaneshige in support. Charlene Cadiz in support. Joel Tamayo in support. Derek Samita in support. Troy Baldoff has submitted testimony support. Amanda Baldwin in support. Kelly Kitashima in support. Jacinta Bari in support. Shannon Sakuue in support. Michelle Lim also in support. Lisa Lovern in support. Maddox Palafox in support. Valerie Ann Lazo in support. Susan Kim in support, as well as Adrian Nishimura in support. I'm sorry, members. Michelle Lin had submitted commentary, not necessarily in support. That's all I have for testifiers on GM 619. Is there anyone else wishing to say anything or convey their thoughts? If not, Kristen, we could have you come forward and you could introduce yourself to the committee and why you would like to continue to be on the Interstate Compact for Juveniles.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and committee members. My name is Kristen Davidson. I am the Social Services Manager of the Juvenile Client Services Branch for the First Circuit. I've been in that role for approximately 4 years, and part of that role was taking on the role of administrator or commissioner for the ICJ. I wish to continue to serve in that capacity because truly anything that affects the youth in our state, as well as youth coming to our state that are involved in the juvenile justice system, I take with the utmost of importance, and I do all of my duties with a high level of integrity. I believe that all of these juveniles should be processed, in accordance to the rules of the ICJ, that we serve them timely and efficiently, as well as are responsive to the other states who are possibly sending youth here. So I would love to continue to serve in this capacity for our state.
Members, any questions of Ms. Davidson? No? Okay, thank you, Ms. Davidson. If the committee is okay, I'd like to just jump into taking the vote on these two nominees. Interview both of them on Monday, full confidence that both of them are eminently capable to lead the two commissions that they are being nominated for. And just love the fact that we have people in our community that are willing to sacrifice their time and their expertise for the betterment of those who are probably in some bad situations. And of course, we can't, as a society, make it whole after they deal with their folks who have been victims of crimes or subjected to some kind of terrible things as a juvenile. But I appreciate the fact that we have these commissions available for the public, and that we have angels in our community that are willing to help make things as best as government could possibly make it for those who have been victimized. So the suggestion is to advise and consent on both nominees, GM 539 as well as GM 619, excuse me. Any discussion? If not, just Senator Awa, the motion is to.
I heard him.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna move to advise and consent on both nominees. I'm sorry, any discussion? If not, Senator Elefante, for both nominees, I vote yes.
Okay, Chair's recommendation is to advise and consent on GM 539. Chair Okai votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye, Senator Fukunaga,
Aye.
Senator Rhodes,
Aye.
Senator Wah.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, recommendation is adopted for GM 539. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yep.
Okay.
619.
Yeah, Chair's recommendations to advise and consent on GM 619. Of the 5 members present on PSM, any no votes or votes with reservations? Hearing none, Mr. Chair, recommendations adopted.
Congratulations. Thank you for stepping forward. We're adjourned.